Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys, well, we're back and we have hot, messy topics going on today. We're getting ready for the weekend and it is time to just let it all out. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch. Just a little bit of a stretch. But guys, we're back to talk about Teddi Mellencamp, who is shading the hell out of Teresa Giudice. It's like you don't want none, won't be none, but Teddi does not care at this moment. Want to know why? She's all the way on the West Coast while Teresa's on the East Coast, so she's not afraid of a little dabble. So we're going to get into it, but before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, just do the YouTube things. Love you. Let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. Well, Teddi Mellencamp is now shading the hell out of Teresa Giudice again. And this is like the gift that keeps on giving. And I know I always say that, but really at this point, it's like, what the f is actually happening? When we had Teresa Giudice on our show and we asked her how her podcast would compare to other podcasts, Bravo-inspired podcasts like TWOTS in a Pod, she's like, well, they're shit stirrers, right? And I was like, Teresa, I didn't say that. She's like, no, they're shit stirrers, right? And I was like, oh, girl, you said it. But when I knew when she said it, that was just going to give the ladies more ammunition to pop off. And that's exactly what they did. So hold on. Thank you to page 6. Teddi Mellencamp is sharing her unfiltered thoughts on TWOTS in a Pod co-host Tamara Judge's heated feud with fellow Bravo podcaster Teresa Giudice. Here's the thing. Tamara took a lot of jabs from Teresa before she went back. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum explained on page 6's virtual reality podcast. Like Teresa was poking the bear, right? On the pod, it takes a lot to get an activated Tam. Last month, the Real Housewives of New Jersey OG Teresa Giudice criticized Tamara Judge for inviting Real Housewives of New Jersey alum Caroline Manzo as a guest on TWOTS in a Pod, even though Manzo is currently at odds with Tamara Judge's good pal, Brandi Glanville. I mean, Tamara is an OG, kind of. Like, not technically quite an OG, not from the beginning, but she's an OG enough. Like, I feel like Tamara has definitely earned her position. She's strong-minded. She says whatever the hell she wants. And Teresa Giudice is no different. So this is not a good feud. Tamara Judge hit her breaking point after Teresa Giudice called her a bad friend and fired back on the April 21st episode of her hit podcast with Teddi Mellencamp. The Real Housewives of Orange County star said that she usually tries to ignore any negative comments, but thought to herself aloud, not today, forehead, not today, ding dong, not today, jailbird, I'm not having it. Okay. In addition to giving her negative take on Tamara Judge and Teddi Mellencamp's Manzo interview, Teresa Giudice previously accused the duo of inviting her and co-host Melissa Feaster on TWOTS in a Pod to expand their reach and gain more listeners. However, Mellencamp finds the assertion laughable as her podcast regularly tops charts and consistently surpasses Giudice and Feaster's Namaste Bitches. If you're going to call us out and act like we're using you to get one up, if you're going to say that, just beat us once. Just get more downloads than us once. And then start throwing that kind of shade. Just one time. Okay. While Mellencamp hopes that Teresa Giudice gets better at throwing shade, she is urging fans to stay in the shade or at least slap on some SPF as the new face of the Melanoma Research Foundation's #GetNaked campaign. For me, it was so important because I never understood the magnitude of skin cancer and melanoma. I really didn't, says the accountability coach with, okay, wait a minute. We are not still calling her the accountability coach. Are we calling her the accountability coach? Did I miss something? Did something escape me? I thought that we were not calling her the accountability coach anymore. Okay, we'll continue. So, she also said, I really didn't. Okay. Like growing up in the 80s, we would go out, put oil on our skin, iodine, sit out there and bake, burn, peel, and then do it again. Melanoma is the deadliest form of skin cancer, claiming nearly 8,000 lives in the US each year. And at the behest of BFF and former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co star Kyle Richards, Mellencamp set up an appointment with her dermatologist last year to look at a few concerning spots on her skin. She was ultimately diagnosed with stage 2 melanoma in October of 2022, but announced that she was cancer-free that December following a successful surgery to remove 11 melanomas and 3 lymph nodes from her back. I mean, it looked like it was actually painful. I don't want to there's no jokes to be made about that. I think when you get news like that at first, you're really inward. I got turned down for life insurance. I remember being like, what? Am I dying? I was really just like in a negative headspace about it and kind of sad. And then I realized, what can I do to help other people not to make the same mistakes that I made? I love that. All right, so Teddi Mellencamp is also joking that she could have killed Tamara Judge for outing her hookup with Matt Damon. And this is what she said. I could kill Tamara. Don't put me in jail, guys, because I did not kill Tamara. But she did that on live radio. And she's like, payback's a bitch. This is what Teddi continued with, explaining that Tamara Judge's anecdote was retribution for something I did to her at BravoCon. And she's been dangling it over me, so I knew that at some point it was going to come. However, Teddi Mellencamp quips that the Real Housewives of Orange County star should have waited to share that story on their podcast, Two Ts in a Pod, and not on Jeff Lewis Live. I was like, you should have waited and done it on our pod at least. You gave Jeff Lewis all the publicity. But the part that was even more frustrating was the clickbait. Not even that Tam outed me, but then people were saying that Teddi claims that she blah, 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 blah. Teddi Mellencamp elaborates. 1, Teddi didn't claim anything. She hasn't even confirmed that this is a fact. Last month, Tamara Judge forced Teddi Mellencamp to open up about her experience with the Air actor 20 years ago. She mentioned it on a podcast and then went back and told producers, take that guy's name out. Judge told Lewis. And so now I tell people, if you guys want to know, just DM me and I'll tell you who it is. Teddi Mellencamp responded, she tells people on the DMs, I'm like, stop telling people. I did not want to out this guy. Who knows? The accountability coach. This is the accountability coach. So funny. The accountability coach then divulged that she snuck into a club with a fake ID at just 20 years old to meet the Hollywood hunk. He was probably 30, 10 years older. I only slept with him one night. He didn't get my number. She confirmed on virtual reality that she had a thing for actors in her 20s. I mean, I definitely went through a phase in the late 90s where I was like, are you an actor? Done. While the now married mom of 4 who shares Isabella Cruz, Slate, and Dove with her husband, Edwin, is happy to move on from any more Matt Damon discussions, she hopes that she can shed light on the dangers of skin cancer, which is exactly what we spoke about earlier. Guys, I am so curious, though, with this feud with Teresa Judge. Oh, sorry, Teresa. Sorry, Tamara. I know that you guys are not getting along right now. Can you imagine with this feud with Tamara Judise? No. Sorry. With this feud with Tamara and Teresa, where the hell do we go from here? I can already tell you guys what this is going to be is a BravoCon squash that beef. I feel it already. But guys, go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think. And more importantly, before you go, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, show some love, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.